Yeah, spirituality, yeah! What is this? What does spirituality mean to you?
I guess it would just be getting in touch with yourself, sharing love and acceptance, just getting in touch with the universe, I guess.
Spirituality means a closeness to something other than science, something that can't be explained by science.
To me, this came up a lot as a sense of oneness with the people around us. Is that something that you feel?
Yeah, definitely.
And another thing we're talking about is how we extend that circle of compassion we have. Do we extend it further to, say, non-humans as well, like animals?
Yeah, of course, definitely.
So do you believe there's a message in spirituality about how we should treat the animals we live with?
Yeah, definitely.
And do you think that generally we do extend our circle of compassion to other animals?
I'd say spiritual people do, and other people, it really is very individual. Yeah.
At the moment, humans are destroying the earth, and I feel like to be truly spiritual, you have to think about Mother Earth and what it is and how to protect it.
You include Mother Earth and the people around you in your circle of compassion.
Definitely.
And that's part of your spirituality.
Yeah.
Does your spirituality extend further to non-humans?
Yes. I mean, yes, it does. It does. I think I need to be better in my connection with animals and obviously, like, with Mother Earth, we're all connected.
So let's say the way we use animals for, say, food or fashion. Do you think there's a contradiction there between spirituality and what we're doing?
Yeah, certainly. Like big farms and the way they treat animals is very inhumane generally.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of option for having a humanely sourced animal product.
What would be a humane way to kill an animal for you? What would it look like?
That'd be a really difficult.
It's a tricky question. Yeah.
Like, obviously, there's no ideal way to kill anything. But I guess where the animal didn't realise it was being killed would be the optimum way of killing something.
I don't know.
It's really tricky.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I agree with that, what you said, to be honest, but I don't.
Let's say I get a hypothetical for you then, and I've got like a dog in front of you now, and I get a gun out, and I say the dog is not going to know about this. Shoot the dog. Is there anything unethical about me doing that, by your standards?
Yeah.
Do you think it's somewhat a contradiction for a spiritual person to hurt animals?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So do you consume any animal products?
Yes, I don't eat meat. I don't eat meat, but I have dairy. I think obviously we can survive without it now in this age. But I still feel like it's probably out of ease. I probably still have milk and cheese products.
You mentioned we don't need to. Do you think that there's an obligation not to harm animals if we don't need to? Do you think anything spiritual does happen in a slaughterhouse?
No, I very much doubt that anyone who works in the slaughterhouse is like thanking the cow for being killed or apologising for having to take its life to feed others.
Sure. Do you think we have to, or do you think it's a choice?
Obviously it's a choice.
I think we should.
Everyone should be lovely to everyone else, and that should include animals, but obviously it's a choice. Some people don't see the things the way other people would see them. They don't want to see that like an animal could have a soul or could have suffering. There's this whole thing about how things don't have feelings, like fish don't have feelings, and it's just ridiculous. Everything has feelings. Even plants have feelings.
So if I was beating the dog,
Yeah.
and I said it's my personal choice to beat this dog, would you say no, that's wrong, or would you say it's your choice?
I think I think where you're getting beating a dog and eating chickens, cows. Bear in mind, I don't eat chickens and cows, but I think it's two separate things. To be honest, I think we should all I think we should all be vegan. I think I should be vegan as well. So I can't say I understand like what you're saying, but I think
it's a
I think people should also have a choice. And I know I don't think you can make the comparison of beating a dog.
What is the difference morally between me beating a dog or me killing an animal for food?
I mean, everyone's got to eat to live. Back when we were cavemen, we would have killed something to eat to live. So there is certainly an allowance for it to be moral to eat animals, but certainly the way it's done at the moment, I don't think is very moral. No.
Would you agree with me in saying that when our ancestors did it, it was a necessity?
Yes.
And would you agree with me in saying that in today's world, we could just leave them alone? We don't need to.
It's certainly feasible to live without animal products. Yes.
So if that is feasible, would you say it's a moral obligation to leave the animals alone?
Yeah, I would say so.
The word obligation is difficult because everyone accepts their own responsibilities individually. I think anyone who was really preaching an enlightened path would probably be quite obligated to do so.
One is a death of torture, like beating a dog, like that's basically making go prolonged harm and everything.
Sure.
Whereas killing a chicken or something instantly is different.
Let me put that onto the dog then. I say I've got a dog in front of you, my pet. Gone out.
I don't have any, like, because when you say dog, you presume that I...
Maybe you'll feel differently about dogs than cows, right?
I don't really...
You don't feel that, yeah.
Yeah.
But for this hypothetical, I'm just gonna say dog, just for the sake of it.
Because it's man's best friend, yeah.
And shoot the dog in the back
Say
of the
cat, I like cats.
Cats, yeah, here's a cat, a nice kitty.
I like cats, yeah.
And I'm gonna shoot the cat in the back of the head. Will you try and stop me?
Yes, I will try and stop you, of course.
So you feel that there is an ethical issue with the killing itself, not just the suffering?
Yeah, I guess because you're stopping a life in its tracks, basically.
Absolutely.
So
in that sense, is killing an animal for, say, food, for eggs or dairy, whatever it is it unethical regardless of how we do it?
Yeah, there's no ethical way of killing an animal for slaughter.
What would be the barrier, say, from you living here today and saying, I don't want to pay for animals to be hurt, I'm going to be vegan?
The things I would be guilty of is cheese and dairy and eggs, milk, things like that. So that would be the thing that I would personally contribute towards animal suffering is to eat those things. I'm sure I could live without cheese. That would be a sacrifice that I could make, and I have considered it. There was a guy singing yesterday who said it quite eloquently at the beginning of his song, and it was a song called Empathy. So Sam Garrett was singing that one.
Yeah, it's amazing. I edited his music video actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did a song about veganism. Yeah, he's amazing.
He's an inspiring guy. So
really good.
If you have chickens and you raise them, and you don't raise them for slaughter, you just raise them for their eggs. Of course, you're using you're raising the animal for a purpose, which obviously vegans will find wrong.
Sure.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Okay, we'll just move further this way. No worries, we'll be here. So whether you go to a local farm, free range, whatever it is, the person breeding it at the other end, the breeder, they're killing the male chicks.
To get locally sourced things, so stopping at the side of the road at a local farm, where you can see the chickens literally running free and across the farmland. It's I think a big difference. So that's what we're going to be trying to aim for in terms of eggs and things like that.
It is fucked, but
Do you think that when we buy the product, we're affecting the supply and demand and contributing to it?
of course, like your supply and demand is basic business, but yeah, the whole vegan movement sometimes can be very pushy. Like even I said, I would become vegan on a environmental basis, and they were like, oh, but you becoming vegan on an environmental basis, it's not good enough, kind of thing. And they were like, you have to see it from the animal's point of view. And I said, but surely you want people to stop eating animals regardless of the reason. So even becoming vegan for a different reason other than animals is not good enough.
Yeah.
So I just feel like
I think I agree. I think if the behaviour is exactly the same, your motivation doesn't matter. If someone goes vegan for spiritual reasons, I don't care. But I guess maybe the point they make is you could go vegan for health reasons and still buy leather, still go to circuses, still go to zoos. So it's only veganism, ethical veganism, that leads to non-animal exploitation in other areas of your life other than food.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd have probably said the same thing as you a while ago.
Sure, I get you.
Would you say that purchasing eggs, if you're contributing to that, is that going against your own morals?
Yeah.
And this is just one thing. There's so many things that happen in these industries that are hidden from you, we don't know about, and good people pay for this to happen because they don't know any better. It doesn't make you a bad person, it doesn't mean you're trying to hurt animals, it's just like we're sort of indoctrinated, I guess, from a young age into eating these foods. Love dogs, but eat chickens, eat pigs, eat cows. Do you think that being vegan would be more in line with who you are as a person?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Do you think there are any moral justifications for what we do to animals?
No. What we do, no. But what other people in other countries do, yes.
Because survival.
For survival, of course.
So in the West, would you agree with me in saying that what we're doing to these animals is immoral and can't be justified?
Yeah, it can't be justified.
So in that sense then, is not being vegan, is that contradicting your own morals and values?
Yes, because I know I should. I know I should be vegan.
Well, thank you so much. I know it's kind of a tricky subject sometimes, but you guys were really open-minded to it, so thank you. I'm Jack, by the way.
So it's the way you address veganism as well, because and you've done it in a really
thank you so much.
way. It's been like you've shown us a clip, but you've not been aggressive, and I think that's a big part.
That's the thing. We're not here to judge anybody because I was eating this stuff my whole life.
Yeah.
My whole life I was doing this, and it's just because we don't know what's happening. And if you did know, you wouldn't pay for it.
It's good that you're raising awareness.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
But I just find it very difficult.
Sure. What is the barrier there?
I'm currently living at home. Just the ease. I remember the other day I was out in a restaurant and I was trying to look for a vegan alternative, and there wasn't any.
What's more important to you, convenience or an animal's life?
What the animal's life, of course.
And what's more difficult, you not going to that restaurant and going somewhere else, or an animal living as an object and then dying for an unnecessary reason? What's more of an ethical concern?
The animal living.
Absolutely.
In my head, there's no justification of not being vegan.
Absolutely. And I was the same as you. I think when I first started looking into it, I was like, I was trying to find a way to justify it. It must be like a logical reason, because most people aren't vegan. It must be like, what's going on? There's no reason. There's no reason why we're doing this to them, because we don't need to. If I was to give you a card about veganism with the video, would you consider watching the video?
Sure.
Awesome. So, here's the card.
I'm not really doing anything. It's not that weird.
Taking a photo off there.
Ooh.